Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about the new launch collection of Pat Mcgrath's Mothership Meda Celestial Odyssey Palette. So I have this palette. This is from last year's collection. So this year it will be in the same format. So this is the cardboard packaging. So this is how it looks like. So today we'll be talking about the new palette and come up with some swatches using colors that I already own, and we will see whether we can create a similar color story out of all these. So she actually come out with two new quartz as well. I will insert a picture over here. So I don't think I will be purchasing the new quartz because I have this quartz over here, the interstellar icon, and this is what I have on my eyes today. So this definitely looks very similar to the new quartz that she just come out. And the other quartz I have over here, this quartz is ritualistic rose. So this definitely looks very similar to her new quartz as well. It has a very similar vibe. I do use this quartz quite a lot to add as toppers to my eyeshadow look sometimes. So I will not be getting the two new quartz. So now let's talk about the new palette, the Celestial Odyssey palette. So I will insert a picture over here and we will be talking about some swatches. So here I have swatch on my arm the first 6 colors at the first row. So for these two colors over here, I took the color from this Rose Decadence palette over here. I find that they really have very similar vibes. So these are the two colors that I took. And next, for the third color, the gold over here, I took it from the Mothership Meda Celestial Divinity palette that we have last year. So this is the gold standard that I took. So although the new color is not called gold standard, but I believe that the color will be quite similar to gold standard, just maybe a slight difference in tone from this gold standard. And then for the next 3 colors, I took this from the Interstellar Icon palette. So you can see these 3 are very similar shades. So these are the colors that I took for the first row. So now let's proceed to the second row. So here are my swatches for the second row. For the first 2 colors, these 2 colors over here, I took these colors from the Midnight Sun palette. So basically I took this color and this color over here. And the third color I took it from the Utopian Dream palette. So this is the Utopian Dream palette. So the third color that I took is this pink over here. And for the fourth palette, I took it from something different, not Pat Mcgrath's shadow, but I actually took it from this Huda Beauty's Jaguar palette. So it's this center color over here. Looks like a very nice lilac purple. So this is from the Huda Beauty's Jaguar palette. And the next color, I actually took it from the Utopian Dream palette again. So this corally pinkish color. So this is where I took it from. And the last color over here, this pink over here. I took it from the Celestial Divinity palette from last year. It's over here. So this color has some speckles of glitter, similar to what I see in the picture. So these are the colors from the second row. So these are the colors from the last row of swatches. So the first one, actually the first two, I took it from the Divine Rose 2 palette. So the colors I took are actually this color over here and this color over here. This color, I think it isn't an exact dupe. I find that it's a little bit different. This one is much more redder. The one in the picture is actually much more of a cool tone brown. But this is the closest I can get after looking at all my Pat Mcgrath's palette. So these are the two colors. So the next one actually is something interesting. I dive in ahead with the Huda Beauty's Python palette actually. So this is the color that I took. So I took this blue over here. It looks kind of similar. And next color, for the next fourth and fifth color in fact, I went back to the Celestial Divinity palette. And I took this color over here. And for the fifth color, this is the color that I took. So these are the two colors. Swatch on my arm, as you can see over here. And for this last color over here, this green, purple mint green kind of color, I went back again into my Huda Beauty's Python palette. And this is the color that I took. So when I actually first see this launch of this new Pat Mcgrath's Mothership Meda / Odyssey palette, the Huda Beauty Python palette is all I can think of for these two colors especially. And so I'm not very sure whether I will get this Pat Mcgrath's Mothership Meda palette for this year, because I do have this color in my palette already. For the other shades, I do have all of them. The only shade that draws me in is the green and the blue. So I'm still thinking about this. I hope that this video is useful for you to think on whether you want to purchase the palette. Do like and subscribe to my channel if you can. And I will see you again in the next one. Bye guys!